Maximum Carnage Part 5, which takes place in Spectacular Spider-Man 201. This issue, again, like last issue, has a lot of mirror scenes in it. That's kind of the theme of this. We've got the mirror of what's happening with Spider-Man and how things are deteriorating for him while things are coming together for Carnage. And those scenes, again, in this episode or this issue, like the previous one, are pretty prevalent. We start off pretty tense with kind of like quick panels with just fire intercut with just real tight close-ups of our heroes in peril, and wonderful tense little page to start us off with, man.
It got a little tense on every end, on Carnage end and Spider-Man's end, to be honest. You kind of see who's together, who's not.
Well, there was arguing going back and forth between both groups, and we'll get to that. And that is kind of the duality of the scenes, but the results are very different.
Very different.
And it goes along with the thing we've been seeing. In Spider-Man's case, things deteriorate further. In Carnage's case, they come together as a group.
It's starting to come together, little by little, it's starting to.
So every time we see Carnage, his group gets bigger, it gets stronger. They have their little bumps, but they keep growing. In Spider-Man's case, he gets cracked ribs. He gets, having to compromise what he thinks he's compromised his morality by teaming with Venom. Then the team blows up, and then he's got to deal with, MJ over here, and just shit after bullshit.
Yeah, I could only imagine the stress that Spider-Man is going through in this book right now.
And he still finds time to make one-liner quips. You gotta bless that man for his dedication.
Oh, really? You really do. You really do, man.
So Spider-Man pulls Black Cat out of the wreckage, and we see Venom's kind of pulled himself to safety. And Spider-Man's, are you guys okay? And Venom's like, did you get him? And he's like, no, but of course not. I stopped to rescue you guys. And Venom is pissed. Like, are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
He even takes a swipe at him. He's like, every life that he's like, our lives don't matter. All that matters is stopping Carnage from killing innocent people, which, again, I appreciate the sentiment and everything, but Spider-Man was not going to stop them by himself.
No,
matter of fact, you guys come to that conclusion a little bit later on. So, maybe lighten up a little bit. But Black Cat gets in between the two of them, and she's like, don't be pissed off at him for saving my life. And at the same time, she gets in Spider-Man's face and basically echoes what Venom said.
I know, right?
Like, you didn't have to save my life. I could have saved myself. I'm not a damn damsel in distress. And even if I was, he's right. My life doesn't matter compared to all the innocent people that Carnage could have been slaughtering while you were rescuing me.
And it's like a shocking moment. They actually agree with each other.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. Whoa.
I had a laugh out loud moment, that panel where it's just Venom like crossing his arms, like, tell him again how we were right. I like that part. It's like,
yeah.
Get a little bit of humor from Mullet Venom. I mean, outside of having a mullet for a haircut, because you can't take yourself seriously in wrong honky hair, man, unless you're Brock Sampson.
I can't take a hero seriously in the mullet at all.
Unless he's Brock Sampson.
Well, let's see here, Mr. Sampson. On the driving portion, you total every car but the one you were driving. On the pistol range, you refused to use a gun. And, yeah, here's my favorite. On the written, you drew little guy with wings from the Led Zeppelin records.
Icarus. So, what are you trying to tell me here, little man, that you don't like Zepp?
Okay, I'll give you that one.
But after Black Cat gives them their tongue lashing, her and Venom is like, let's go after him. And Spider-Man's like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. Compromise my morals. I will go after them in my own way, and I won't stop until they're put down. But I'm not teaming with Venom. I'm not succumbing to his bloodlust. Which, it's like, shut the fuck up, Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's like they're all stressing each other out. It's like no chemistry as a team at all.
Oh, well, that's true. But this is really a growing up issue for Spider-Man and his morality and things like that, because he thinks he's compromised his morality by if you do anything, if you throw away your moral compass and you get your goals accomplished at all costs, what makes you better than villains? It's kind of like the Batman thing, where we discussed the only drag about Batman is every writer who has to write Batman has to address the fact that he won't kill his enemies and they have to keep coming back. And he basically just gets chewed out constantly by the Bat family for letting people do shit over and over again, because it's a stupid fucking through line.
Mm.
With Spider-Man, it's one of those like, yeah, this guy's just out wholesaling, slaughtering people. What was it that you're doing any different? You're just going to punch them hard, right? You're going to go, whether you're on your moral compass or not, you're going to punch them hard next to Venom. You're going to punch them hard by yourself. And the odds of landing that punch are better standing next to Venom. Go stand next to Venom and stop whining.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is a growing up moment for the series. And we get that a little bit later on when he goes to Aunt May's, especially.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But before that, we get the mirror scene for the breakup. We saw Spider-Man's team get into an argument and fall apart. Then mirroring that, we cut to Carnage's team. And Demogoblin's like, I want a plan. And Carnage freaks out because like, I am chaos. There is no fucking plan.
No plans at all. There's no such thing.
So he snaps and, starts to choke out Demogoblin or grab him by his stuff. And they start getting into it. And Shriek has to, sonic blast them apart. And it's like, hey, we all want to kill people. Let's just kill people. And they're like, you're right. Let's go grab a Coke and kill some people.
And it's like that one P word just kept pissing Carnage off. Purpose.
Plan.
Oh, sorry.
That was both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them worked. I was just adding on to it. I was expecting you to come with another P word that's more ridiculous because jokes come in threes. So like I would go purpose.
Plan.
Pumpernickel.
Peanuts.
Whatever.
Cletus Cassidy has a nut allergy.
Ah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Patty melts.
I thought it was from just getting spunked on in the prison showers. Developing nut allergy too. But just to kind of close, to reiterate and close it all out though. Spider-Man scene, team argues, team breaks up. Carnage scene, team argues, team comes back together.
Team unites.
More strong than ever. Because the Shriek's like, hey, think them like your kids. They're gonna be molded into what you want the best. And Carnage's really lapping up the ego trip this woman's laying on him. So she knows how to work.
She is stroking his ego badly.
Oh yeah. Probably a few more things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely a few more things.
Assuming they take breaks to do anything. And they stopped at a restaurant for 5 seconds in the next one, but
we'll get to that.
Well, he needed to eat, or he was going to be hypoglycemic.
Don't wasn't there something early on with the symbiotes where they needed like some chemical that's in chocolate and in brains? It's the reason why they crave brains all the time.
I don't know. You're going to make me do Caden shit? Just because I'm Caden doesn't mean you can make me do Caden shit.
But that's why you are Caden. Because you do Caden shit.
Symbiotes can feed on their host adrenaline, usually released into the bloodstream during fight or flight response. They have also been shown to depend on their host for a steady supply of phenethylamine, a chemical found as a neurotransmitter in the human brain.
So yes, after this, we get our Aunt May scene. Peter finally goes to Aunt May to have a little bit of solace, but of course he can't really talk to her about, being a superhero. It's mostly just like, I'm having problems. And she still is able to give,
you're not fooling me.
The wonderful Aunt May advice, just, what Uncle Ben would say, which is, just do the right thing, which it always kind of breaks down to just do the right thing. It's like, well, fuck, what is the right thing? And it gets even more convoluted when we have Peter's fake father.
Oh,
kind of stop him in the hallways. Like, I used to feel the
hearing
way
in and all that, listening in, eavesdropping.
But I mean, he delivers the moral quandary of this whole story. Is like, I used to feel the way that May and Ben did and trying to see the best in everyone. But it's before I spent 20 years in a Soviet prison and I've met the devil face to face. And when he says that, it's a splash panel of Carnage's face. Really well done. Because as he's delivering this monologue about how the world's a fucked up place and the men are devils deep down and you got to fight fire with fire and don't hold anything back. And you're going to stomp the devil out before it consumes you. It's this monologue delivered interspersed with scenes of Carnage and his little pals just committing all sorts of atrocities. Really well done because it kind of throws, every Spider-Man has just been stalwart and is, I don't want to compromise morality. I'm a good person and I look at the world this way. And when his dad tells him all this, all the stuff that his dad and mom, his fake parents have been through, he's like, I'm sorry that you are bitter like this and that this stuff has put you in a twisted worldview, but that can't be the way things are. He still has trouble accepting that's the way things are,
Yeah.
And
it's because everything that's been happening and that's been taught and
yeah, I mean, his Aunt May, Uncle Ben, they spent their whole life teaching him to be, morally upright and to see the best of everyone and fight for hope and things like that.
It's very complicated for Peter. It really is.
So after Peter leaves Aunt May's, we cut to Venom and Black Cat, who are just kind of following the trail of Carnage, no pun intended.
That's funny though.
Yeah, thank you. But essentially, like Cloak shows up and kind of apologizes for piecing out of him during the last battle. The guy who can cloak, who just kind of dipped out on everybody and didn't cloak them all away and let them all kind of almost die. Yeah. Whoopsie doodle.
But if you like, and Venom told him, "Hey, if you're gonna bail again, like just leave right now."
Oh yeah, totally. It's like, dude, if you're gonna be a bitch this whole time, we don't need you here.
Like, I get it. You're going through grievances right now, but
get your shit together. Get your
it
head
together, man.
Get you a little pot, put it in your pants,
and avenge your
water
lady.
it, and grow a pair.
Yeah, go avenge your lady, man. Like, don't run away from what did it. Go avenge it.
His platonic friend, I don't know, his beard. What was she exactly to him? As far as, you know what? I don't care. I'm not shipping the couple. They were a team. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Whatever. Yeah.
Doesn't always have to be romantic.
We're not getting into Cloak and Dagger right now. This is Spider-Man.
Well, I mean,
this is Spider-Man.
Cloak could have gotten into Dagger. I don't know. That's
quite
what we're
possible.
speculating. Yeah. Or she goes into him because they have some kinky role reversal shit. Like every time he envelops her in the cloak, is that tantamount to like some spiritual pegging?
God.
I don't know. I mean, Venom, she does say love her at some point, so.
Oh, well, he could have just been being a dick because Venom's kind of a dick still.
Yeah.
Just poking at him. It doesn't matter, but he explains that after she died, he's been having some energy issues and had to kind of, gather his strength after, trying to take on Carnage and Pal single-handedly getting his ass kicked. But he explains to them, it's like, look, we can't do this alone. We need a team of people. So we need to go get some more people to help out. And Venom's finally like, all right, yeah, you're right. We need a team, but Carnage is mine. And then he just chucks a car. It's like, for all you're concerned about hurting innocent people, you don't know where that car is going to fucking land there, Eds. Like, maybe not the best of ideas. I know you're pissed, but like, maybe don't just throw cars willy-nilly.
It's okay. It's okay, Eddie. The car returns the favor later on. 20 some odd years down the road. He's the car that lands on.
Oh, they with the Mack truck. The one that hits him in the...
No. He's the one where he lands on when he dies.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So after Cloak joins the team and Venom and Pals decide they need to go get more people to help out since Spider-Man's not joining the cause, we go back to Carnage and Pals kind of just trucking along, and Carnage talking about how much he likes being a dad now with his two violent little children.
It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Is your kid that violent?
He's very violent.
Calling him little Demogoblin.
Well, I mean, we're talking. I'm pretty sure he's going to get more violent if he sees this, because this is his favorite superhero, Spider-Man here.
Dude, I know it's been a while since you've been around kids, but 2 and 3 year olds are right around that like nut range.
Oh, they're crotch punchers. It doesn't stop till you get about 8.
I've already taken a few low blows from my child.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the point of the Carnage scene is not so much what they're doing. We just see Carry On make his first appearance in the series, coming out the sewers and floating along behind them in the wake of their death and destruction. So he's going to join their team pretty soon. We see a little bit more of him next issue, but it's going to be a little while before he kind of becomes a full-fledged member of the Carnage and Pals team.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all they need is more people. Yeah. But he has that line as they're walking away and Karen's following up him. It's like, if I'm a dad, let's go get more kids.
Let's go get more kids.
There's
we should have more kids.
Our sledgehammer like subtle foreshadowing of what's about to happen here.
I love it. I love it.
But after this, we get Spider-Man swinging around the city, having an existential crisis, considering, what his parents have been through and how he hasn't really considered it before and how he's been selfish by not considering what they've been through. And is he right or is he just twisted? Is the world really that evil? Blah, 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 blah. And as he's thinking all this, he just sees chaos on the damn streets. Yep. Every crazy, violent sociopath and thug has been inspired by Carnage's madness and is just rioting and beating and
beating all the civilians and just gone crazy. They really gone crazy. Like, they cut into one civilian just getting beat up by a guy, and
Spider-Man saves him. Yeah. But after that, he's like, let's get you to hospital. He's like, you don't understand. The city's gone nuts, and he pans, and all these people are like the mob, like coming to get Frankenstein. The torches and the pitchforks and the torches are coming after Spider-Man here.
Yeah. Spider-Man pretty much just had to fight him off.
Well, it starts, he's like, guys, stop this. And there's a few panels of him like trying to reason with him. It's overwhelming. He's finally just stop and throws him off. And he's
sick of it now, man.
We have the Spider-Man God is my witness moment here, like from Gone with the Wind, I'll never go hungry again. Like one of those moments. Yeah. He's like, no more mercy from Spider-Man as he's standing there with flames behind him, fists to the sky, angry. Great panel, but he's pissed. He's snapped. He's like, you guys want to behave like devils, then I'm going to treat you like the devil. And I'm tired of holding back. I'm tired of being,
Yeah. I'm
less
tired of being a nice guy and having the morals and stuff. So
went complete edgelord. Tired of being a nice
he's
guy.
sick of it.
That was it for Maximum Carnage Part 5. Any final thoughts?
And I'm just looking forward to where this leads now, man. Like it's get more interesting every time. It really does.
Well, we're adding on to the peril for Spider-Man. Things are cheering for him, and Carnage, his team gets getting stronger and stronger, and the body count keeps getting higher and higher. Our heroes are getting more desperate. But again, that's why this is one of the best story arcs of the 90s, if not of all time. Because I mean, it's tense, it's frightening. There's a great duality in what's happening between Peter and Carnage. There's emotional stories between what his parents are going through, Aunt May, MJ, dealing with Venom. There's stuff that Venom's going through and his anger and feeling responsible for everything Carnage does because he's his spawn. The questions of morality, throwing off your morality and accepting a more brutal outlook on the world, which is something Spider-Man, I don't know if I've ever done up until that point, except for maybe when he was wearing the symbiote himself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this might be the darkest version of Spider-Man since he donned the black suit, and because it's what he has to do to stop these monsters. And that's, the symbiotes are monsters in ways that no other villain he's faced ever has been, with the exception of maybe the Osborns, because those motherfuckers make it personal. But anyway, final thoughts, Kate?
No, I don't have any.
Well, you're just a ray of sunshine, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please like, please subscribe, and stay tuned. Part 6 will come out to you really soon. And say hi to your mother for me. It's like late at night. Like when USA Network's got Lift Them Nikita on, it has the N for nudity. You're like, yeah, nudity. It's like a guy butt or something, like PD Blue. It's like, that's not nudity. Male butt is not nudity.
No, it's not.
I didn't sit up for an hour watching this boring drama with my prepubescent dick in my hand to see male butt. Bullshit.